Right, welcome back to the channel everyone. So a couple of weeks ago I actually had an email from MotoGB of all people. So if you don't know, MotoGB actually import a variety of motorcycle brands into the UK. So from the likes of Royal Enfield, the Benelli brand, and also Vosges, which is doing quite well at the moment. And this email basically said, Dear so-and-so, please see the availability of our motorcycle press fleet. So I thought, oh, okay, this is great news. So here I am, trying to make content on motorcycles, the mindful motorcyclist. I like to make videos about bikes, and I'm now on the mail list for press bikes from MotoGB. We've got a variety of different bikes. So I thought, yeah, that's awesome. I replied straight away, and I actually got sent a PDF with a list of the current press fleet and the availability. So at the top of this list, you had the Benelli, a couple of Benellis actually, the 702X, which is basically their middleweight adventure bike. Used to be a 502X, up the displacement to 702 to try and get in that sort of mid-range, very, very hot at the moment, adventure motorcycle category. You had obviously the Vosges 300L, which is selling really well at the moment. That's basically like a Honda CRF 300, but half the price and with better suspension. So I can see why they're onto a bit of a surefire thing with that particular Vosges. And then you also had a big Italian liter cruiser style bike, and also a Benelli, is it the 752S? Basically their naked sports bike, comes in a nice green. But at the bottom of the list, you had a couple of bikes from Keeway. And you might know Keeway because you'll have seen, definitely, the Keeway 125 Superlight and the K-Light. It's a kind of custom cruiser style bike, 125. And if you've ever seen anyone on L plates or doing deliveries or newer riders and they're on a cruiser, it will have been probably a Keeway because they're such well-selling bikes. Now, Keeway is actually the premium arm of QJ Motor, which is a Chinese manufacturer. A little bit like Vosges is a premium brand or premium offering from Lonsin. So you got these big kind of Chinese corporations making hundreds of thousands of motorcycles a year for the home market. They're also collaborating with European brands, think of KTM and CF Moto. But then you've also got the manufacturer of components to order, like Lonsin make BMW middleweight adventure bike engines, and they do these premium offerings. So Keeway is one of the premium offerings from QJ Motor. And so I looked at the bottom of this list and I saw that you had the Keeway V-cruise 125 and the V-cruise 302. So I thought, that's interesting, what's the V-cruise about? And I looked at the picture of the bike, I saw this interesting thing here, V-twin in a 300cc or 298cc capacity. When have you ever seen that? When have you ever seen a 300 V-twin? When have you ever seen a 125 V-twin? You always hear about big thumping V-twin, big characterful V-twin, etc, etc. You never hear about a small displacement one. So I thought, that's a great opportunity. Let's just let this car go past. I thought that's a great opportunity to review something that's a little bit unique. If you want the character, you want the V-twin engine, but you want that small, accessible bike, then perhaps this is actually something that you'd be interested in. And I thought to myself, right, you've got an opportunity here. Think about bikes that you actually want to experience, that you want to ride. Don't just ride any old thing just to make a video for the sake of it. I mean, I want to ride things that I actually enjoy and light me up. I thought, imagine a Venn diagram. You know, in school where you had the three circles and you sort of put the different categories and where they overlap, the features of all three of the categories overlapped in the middle. My Venn diagram for motorcycles, and I know there's at least a couple of guys on here who are similar thinking. Number one is custom or classic kind of cruiser looks. I don't really go for the modern bikes so much anymore. I know I have featured a couple on the channel, but really I'm going to stick to the kind of more retro looking or the retro bike scene on the channel. Then you've got lightweight, I really struggle with these big heavy bikes, whether that's the proportions with weight high up or just the mass of the bikes themselves. And number 3 is probably the sort of simple, kind of easy to get on and ride bikes. I don't have different modes, all the different technology, adjustable suspension, electronic ride height, radar, all that stuff just doesn't interest me. So I looked down this list and I saw the Keeway and I thought, yeah, it kind of fits all that. It's a custom cruiser. It's 167 kilos. The seat height is 690 millimeters. So it's going to be really easy just to experience. I won't have to worry too much about it. It'll be a great little starter bike for someone. Oops, getting attacked here by bugs. So this bike really kind of just filled all the categories. And so I thought, right, you know what, I'll ask to borrow this one. And so, yeah, I've got this bike for a few days, and I'm just going to really ride it as much as possible. It's got a 15-litre tank, so it'll probably sip fuel, and I might be able to do some longer rides on it, weather permitting. I've also, if you can hear, really struggling with sore throat at the moment. So this is just a little intro video to talk about the Keeway, and then hopefully my throat recovers in a few days and I'll be able to do a better presentation. But guys, I'd just like to say thanks for watching the BSA video. You all commented on that. Obviously we're going to do some more content on the BSA when I have time. But next few days I'm going to be riding this little V-twin. We do have some comparisons to make. One is a bit of a fun comparison with the Harley Davidson Sportster S. Obviously, this is like a pocket Sportster. I mean, look at the multiple spoked wheels. Got a straight bar there, 2-in-1 matte black exhaust. You've got a belt drive. So there are some styling elements that have been, should we say, incorporated from Harley Davidson into this bike. But the other comparison, which is quite valid, is with the Royal Enfield Meteor 350. So don't forget, I've actually owned that bike, so I can draw a nice comparison what that's like compared to this. I know some of you probably say, oh, you know, Royal Enfield is a, you know, the brand, and it's got the sort of image cultivated with it, and this is a less known bike. But don't forget, you're at 30 horsepower with this, we're at 20 with Royal Enfield. So if you need a little bit more go, then perhaps this is a bike that might, I will say might, I'm not going to say it's not going to convince everybody, but it might be an alternative to the Meteor 350. Alright guys, I'm going to stop the video there. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. And oh, there's some people walking their dog, so they're going to come through the shot in a minute, but I'll just carry on. Yeah, just come through.
Sorry.
That's alright. Yeah, I tried to. Yeah. No problems. Yeah, it's fine. No, I'm just doing a video about it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I just bought it.
No, it's a demo bike. I've borrowed it.
Is that their latest edition? What's the model?
It's a Keeway. It's a 300cc V-twin, which I thought was quite unusual. Yeah. That's why I was interested in it. It's like
Chinese company.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, they've made it look very hardy, haven't they?
Big time V-twin. It's got the spoke wheels, the paint job. This 2-in-1 exhaust.
What size engine is it?
300.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks quite nice, isn't it?
Surprising, yeah. I like it.
Is it belt drive?
Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, on the back there.
Very hardy, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's your channel? Where will we see you?
It's called Mindful Motorcyclist on YouTube.
I will find you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I think I have seen some.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I've got bikes. Or one bike.
I like coming up here because it's just a nice view in the background, and yeah.
It's funny, we saw a chap doing a lamb chop, you've probably heard of it.
Yeah.
And he was doing one outside the school near where we live. And that's 200 miles away. Mad.
Yeah, because he's based in the east of England, isn't he?
He's near Pittsfield. We're from near there as well.
Oh, okay.
About 200 miles away.
Yeah. There's another one. What's his name now? Is it English Biker Guy?
Yeah.
I've seen it somewhere. And there's another one as well, based in Dorset.
Oh, Exeter rider?
No.
No. Nathan the postman?
No.
I followed loads of them.
Literally loads, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll let you carry on, mate.
All right, have a good day. Thanks.